terrible. You know,
No,
you know
bro,
he,
shut
he,
the
he
fuck
wants to
up.
put he wants to
Actually,
put
how about
himself
this?
over. He wants to
Let's talk
constantly
about
put himself over all the time.
let's talk about something very important: the TikTok ban.
Oh,
Ooh.
that gets banned January 19th. Oh yeah, it's
It
over.
better not. It
Hold on,
better
hold
not
on,
get banned.
hold on, hold
X
on.
X, how do you feel about
Let's
that?
talk about the TikTok instance, Max.
Yeah,
What happened?
X posts on TikTok. So X, how do you feel about the TikTok ban
Oh, that's
possibly happening?
gonna. That means I'm no longer gonna get nominated for something that I actually care about.
If only America has to like get ownership of
Well,
TikTok. in order for
they
it to-
said Monday or Tuesday we could get the result from what the Supreme Court is
It
Yeah.
comes
ruling.
down to if
Swear
U.S.
to God, it better not go away, man.
It comes down
Guys,
to
There
U.S.
is rumors. There is a big like thing going around that they might upheld the law, which means TikTok gets to stay until they figure it out.
They're trying to figure out because they trying to.
There are like a lot of more important things happening in the world.
No,
for
you
them
gotta
to-
realize it's not owned
Yeah.
by America. So America has to get like the ownership of TikTok in order for it to stay in America. It's owned by Chinese.
It
Mhm.
don't matter. All our clothes are made from China.
You know, we finna get Gulf of America
my
soon. You
God.
know, Gulf of Mexico.
Look, they
Gulf of
complain. They
Mexico.
complain about TikTok being made in China, bruh. All our clothes are made from China. Shut up. Like,
Even though the guy sat there and said, "No, I am Singaporean," and it's just like he kept asking the same damn question: "Are you involved in the Chinese Communist Party?" He's like, "Motherfucker, he said he's Singaporean. What part of that don't you understand?"
We about to
Stupid
get Gulf.
motherfucker.
We about to change Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. You know, it's about to be crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so
X
I'm,
went exclusive.
so I'm
Hey,
exclusive to Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling. But there's a couple meanings to me being exclusive. Exclusive meaning that I finally don't have to record for other people no more. I finally don't have my matches held hostage by other promotions. I can finally work on my own stuff, and I can finally what
He
what
said
else?
he said he likes the business. He just hates some of the people in charge.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean,
we all do.
Yeah.
being exclusive actually, because, and let's be honest, that I felt like I proved myself enough from 2022 to 2024. I saw nothing going for me after that. You know, I never got a world. I can finally say I never got a world championship opportunity. The people never put me in a world championship scene. So I was like, all right. I mean, if that's it, that's it. You know, if I had a world title around my waist during those, I probably would have stayed just a little bit longer to, put some value or told a really good story with a world championship. But I figured, yeah.
I'm just waiting to see the comment section be like, "Who are you again?"
Oh yeah. See, it's funny because like this is not on the XVPW account. This is my regular YouTube, my own personal YouTube.
Oh, you're
So all
streaming on
five,
YouTube.
so all five
Okay.
people are gonna see it.
Yeah, only 5 people's gonna see it. I didn't even share it. That's the funny part.
You know what? Here, I got you, buddy.
I
got you, buddy.
didn't even share this stream. So you know what? If I felt like dropping a pipe bomb or just ranting right now, this would probably be the perfect opportunity. Which
Do it now,
which
right now.
funny, I probably might will.
Not
You
the
know?
biggest pipe bomb now.
Here,
Yeah.
here, I got you. I'm dropping it every single chat. I'm gonna say, come join at everyone.
Say whatever you
God.
want. Drop the pipe bomb.
I cut.
Right now.
You know, it's funny. I had this. I could probably just probably just let loose. Like this could probably be my CM Punk Colt Cabana like episode 1 episode. You know, where I just finally tell people how I really feel.
No balls. Let it all out.
Like,
Now.
you know,
All right, let's end with the hard hitting questions.
All right, you guys, you know what? You guys, you know what? If you want to do a Q&A on me, I will gladly go Q&A.
All right, my first question is,
Yeah.
what is a promotion that you wrestled for, that you competed in or / recorded for, that you regret competing for?
Really regret?
That you really regret?
Regret.
Damn.
Like instant regret.
Instant regret.
Instant regret.
Okay.
We're
What's
hitting
funny is
the
like I
hard
don't regret producing unless it was something that like. For I guess a good example, even though this guy's probably gone after that, was doing that one Victor Wolf match, but
Oh yeah.
So it was a Victor Wolf. It was my debut in NWF, and I faced a guy named Victor Wolf. But it was actually thanks to that match that I learned a valuable lesson. But I still had fun producing that match. That's the thing. It's like that was my debut match in NWF, and Edukaz is here, and he was there. Like, this kid was very ungrateful for me producing that match, even though a lot of people said that was probably one of the best matches they ever saw from this Victor Wolf kid.
We genuinely both sat next to we sat like, not actually next to each other, but like virtually next to each other, just looking at him like, why don't you like?
Yeah, like this guy legit. I asked him, "Hey, what's your character?" "Oh, I'm the Miz." "Oh, so you're a cowardly heel." This is perfect. I always wanted to produce a cowardly heel type of match, and I made him look like a cowardly heel. And everybody enjoyed that match, and the week later, he hit me up with this very long fucking message, say, "Hey, I didn't like the way you made me look. I didn't like the way like people were booing me, and blah 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 blah." And I'm just like, all right, if you had an issue with it, hit up Jay. But I remember the group chat that we did is like, "Hey, you are a cowardly heel. You're like the Miz, blah blah blah." I'm like, all right, whatever, you know. But again, it's one of those matches where you produce a match and the person is very ungrateful. But everybody liked it. I mean, I enjoyed it because it was my first It was like my debut match in NWF, and I cut a really cool fucking the press conference package thing, and I had fun producing that one. So that was actually.
I got a question.
What's up?
Okay, I got a question next. I know everyone.
Hey, Malachi asked first.
Oh, okay, okay, my bad.
Floor is yours.
Yeah, how dare you?
Okay. Since we're going, let's hit him with the harder questions and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? What you mean?" and shit.
Yeah.
Out of your time being a part of the community and stuff like that, if you had to pick five matches
that I did,
you personally did not enjoy.
Oh, did I not enjoy? Okay.
Actually, in terms of when I say 5 matches that you didn't enjoy, I mean like as a spectator. From 5 to 1, who would you rank?
That I did not produce, that I was watching.
That you did not enjoy.
That I did not enjoy.
It's a no-no.
Did not
It's a very
enjoy,
bad no-no.
Did not enjoy recording, or did not enjoy like.
When I say 5 matches you did not enjoy as a spectator,
As
you
a
just
spectator.
watching.
Okay.
5 matches you did not enjoy, ranking from.
You had
5
no
all the way
involvement at all.
No
Yeah,
involvement.
No involvement.
HLR wise, I have to say every match that was on that Freedom Show Summer Love, it was legit. It was booked as 8 singles matches, all the same spots, all the same everything, and it was just 8 singles matches, and I did not enjoy that show whatsoever. I believe.
Is that kind of like on your phone?
I believe.
Wow.
I believed I watched probably 4, and I just knocked out. And I'm just like, okay. It was legit. It was legit. It was Freedom, and that's when I learned about how important booking is, because so here I am thinking that R-Dub is the world champion in that show, and it was a heavily R-Dub show. To find out that in that live that Seraph did, it was Vetty who was the world champion, and among those 8 match card, Vetty, who was the world champion, was not booked. And I was like, wait, Vetty was your world champion? I thought R-Dub was your world champion the whole entire time. You see R-Dub in these thumbnails like Napalm that got like 9,000 something, 9K or 8K fucking views. And I'm like, oh, so here I am thinking R-Dub is the world champion, but actually it was Vetty. I hit up Seraph. I'm like, yo, like Vetty's your world champion. Like, how come he wasn't booked? Oh, because we didn't have no plans for him, or he just wasn't active. And I'm like, well, if he's your world champion, so what if he doesn't record? It's your job as a promoter to produced the match.
Tell him he is your world champion. He is that top spot you gotta hold.
You're the guy that put the world title on him. You should be booking him as the world
World
champion.
You should be
I don't
treating
care.
him like
Yeah.
world champion.
Yeah, and this
Like,
guy,
what?
and this guy's, and you know, and I get it. I respect R-Dub that, you know, he is a champion, blah blah blah. But if Seraph is promoting him as this guy, then put the strap on freaking R-Dub and not Vetty, you know. But it is what it is, and that's probably the perfect answer. Because yeah, I'd be watching, and to be honest, I think this last year I wasn't really watching a lot of HLR shows unless it's the show that I'm very active on, because keep in mind that last year of all of 2024 it was okay, done with one match, working on the next one. Done with one match, working on the next one. Like I have no time to watch any other matches. The only time I'll watch a match is if Carter likes spoiling his stuff for me, or if Andrew Kaz is spoiling his stuff for me. You know, so I'm just like, all right. That's the only time I'll probably watch an HLR match, I don't know, or a show. But yeah.
When it comes to that stuff, you are a hypocrite. And you know it.
There's another guy who another guy who I produced a match for, and it was back in early 2022, and it was a guy named Lionel Sua. I produced.
Oh,
it was a Halloween show, right?
Halloween Bash, I think it was called.
So during the early of 2022, it was just me getting my name out there, right? It was just me like all right, who are the top guys who I gotta have matches with, and whatnot. And I believe it was Linus Sewell who hit me up first. Then I hit up Gates, and I was like, hey, this Linus Sewell guy wants me to have a match with him. Do you know anything about Linus Sewell? And everybody, and then that's when I heard about the famous Linus Sewell guy. Is like he does not put people over or something like that, you know. And everybody warned me about Sua. It wasn't just Gabriel Gates hitting me up about Sua. It was everybody. I believe I already had a match with Carter during that time, so I think I asked Carter.
You had finished recording our match at that point.
Yeah.
I think.
So Lionel Sua hit me up. Everybody told me not to work with Sua because he's very stingy. He wants a W. So I expected that, but I still wanted to have a match with Lionel Sua anyway, because like okay, if he's one of those guys, I don't mind it. I'll produce a great match, and in my mindset, I had the mindset of it's not about the wins, it's about how good the match is, right? So that's the only way I can put myself over. All right, if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose like a fucking like a boss, right? Like I'm gonna make sure people's gonna be talking about me and not about the guy who got the W, and that was that was my mindset at the time. Again, so during that time of recording, this guy was like, you know. This guy was like openly communicating with me, like we're boys or something. Like, all right, cool. Like, I don't see what's the point. This guy's actually pretty chill. You know, he's talking to me about stuff. He's talking to me about call. I give him updates. He gives me updates. Then the minute the match dropped, the minute the match, like the show finished, ghosted me. And I'm like, okay, it's like that. All right, there you go.
Yep.
You know. So that's when I learned that, okay, like, you know, you do care about the W and all that stuff, but damn, like, you didn't have to play me fake like that, you know?
Here it is, we're in 2025, and people still care about wins and losses and stuff like that, then you're not really going to have a good time, because it kind of defeats the purpose of, like,
storytelling.
Like that competitive mindset needs to be tossed out the window, especially when you're trying to work with something, because regardless if you win, regardless if you lose, you're showing the people watching your shit. You know how to put somebody over, or better yet, make someone look good, because it tells that you know how to work a match properly. That's something I've been saying for like the longest fucking time.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Like I never cared.
Sometimes
Go ahead, Carter.
And like sometimes your best matches can even be like matches you lose in. Like a lot of like matches I've seen from like different guys, their best matches they lost. Like Mercer's best match was when he lost to Crom. Can's best match, you know, I can't figure out a good Cam match without saying like one of my matches, but never mind. One of X's best matches, like when X's best matches when he lost to Alex Haas in that bloody SWS match. I love that match so much. One of my personal favorites. Everyone's best match, I feel like, is when they lose.
Yeah, like
I don't know why. It's just an odd thing.
Like I had like a bunch of goals, right? From 2022 was just me getting my name out there, right? 2023 was like, okay, people already know me, so what's a good match that people want to have, right? Then in my last year, I made sure that I finished all my storylines, and you see some type of character development from me, which is like me going to that dark place and getting my W, or me and Carter, you know, like something, because everybody on 23 say, oh, X's match is always the same, or X's match is like, this guy never had a character development. He was always the happy guy that cares about the W. Like, all right, I see where people are coming from, but again, there's another reason why I went exclusive is like, if y'all gonna keep booking me in these exhibition main event pictures, like at least give me a fucking story to work with, because it's either you know, it's like, all right, me against Victor Wolf. Oh, here's my debut. Okay, now somebody booked me against David Roode. All right, I give him a main event spot. Then like Cam Witt wants a match. All right, I'll work Cam in the match. But damn, like there's no story that people want to book me in. So again, another reason why I went exclusive is like, I care about the story. Y'all not giving me a story to work with, you know. Y'all just booking me or giving people amazing matches. All right, you want to put me in a main event title spot? I'll give you a main event title, like a main event type of match. I'll produce one for you, but at least put me in a story. Where's the build up? Where do we show me people care? You know, I'm airing out this promo on IG, but then you're not gonna drop the match till, and here's another story, right? So again, so CWT, I'm producing a match for CWT. I'm working a guy against TJ Lee, right? This is CWT. I think this is back in Levi Connor's CWT, not the other one, right? Yeah. So I popped a promo for CWT, right? It was me against TJ Lee. I popped a promo and whatnot. The show does not air for at least half a year. Then Levi hits me up saying, hey, can you do a promo against TJ Lee? I'm like, bitch, I just did one like 6 months ago. Now you want me to promote? Like you know, so that kind of like made me upset in a way, you know. Luckily people still enjoyed the match, but like learn how to run a promotion, my guy. Like I promoted it and everything, but now you finally want to drop the show? Like you could even left me, like, you know, could give me a warning or some type of like, you know, a heads up, you know? So yeah, that kind of made me upset. That's when I learned like, yo, like, I gotta stop like doing shows for these promotions and like they're not giving me something back, or like they're not being a professional in a way, you know? Like you're just a kid who's running a YouTube channel, and here I am as X trying to run like trying to run a professional YouTube channel, a product, a promotion, or something. So that kind of made me upset in a way. Oh, the only person's watching Crash. Okay, look at Crash. What does Crash say? So very was curious. What was the story of our match? I low-key forgot what you wanted. Okay, so to answer Crash's question, all right, the story of our match is, I think there was no story, to be honest. I believe I just faced Ray Lethal, and I qualified for that VTV All-Star Championship, and you were the guy who I had to face, and I think that was the last VTV episode. To be honest, I really don't.
This is so short.
Yeah. It was VTV. It was one of those like, okay, it was a good promotion for that 1 year. Then
it was a contender match.
Yeah.
And then boom, All-Star Championship.
Well, what is
I know that because I commentated that show.
Yeah.
He's on a live right now.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
We're just
doing on YouTube.
Yeah, we're just doing a Q&A. Because I
Right, guys,
all right.
Don't say no potty words. No potty words.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
And Crash said,
"Oh shit, is that queso in the chat?" I'm just kidding.
Hey, I said no potty words. Come on, man.
And Crash said, because I didn't like that match. All right, so Crash, I could tell why. I could tell why you didn't like that match, because not because he lost. It's because I believe back then, right? Back before Crash was, I believe, the Crash that we know now. Crash did not know about his character or his wrestling style. All I knew about Crash when I asked him the question was, what is your style? Are you a heel? Are you a babyface? What are 3 moves you want to do? And like, who are your inspirations? And the only answer he gave me, and I remember this perfectly, was, I like Roderick Strong. I'm like, you're not giving me enough, you know.
Answer ever.
Like, can you show me matches or something, or why I should care? and whatnot.
Like, can you be a bit more?
Like, I
just
want
add
like
more
something.
description?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And during that same period of time, and I remember Crash messaged me this. It's like, hey, I'm sorry about our fallout. I'm sorry about your Discord server. Whatnot. Please don't sabotage the match. I'm like, Crash, I am not that person. Even though you got my Discord blacklisted from the Twitter community and all that. So that was the same month, actually. After I remember correctly.
Damn.
That was the same month that Crash got my Discord blacklisted from from the Twitter community.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn.
So it kind of in a way, because what's crazy is, funny enough, what crazy is that even though, because I was still producing the match at that same time, but I still I could have sabotaged the match. You know, I could have just made him tap out or lose in 15 seconds like how Kenny did. But I was still that humble person. Say, you know what? I can care less. I'm still gonna produce a really good match out of this, and I'm pretty sure Crash is gonna say some shit about it, which he did just now, which I'm not surprised.
He said, mind you, I didn't do this. You have Matsuda on your show, so I guess technically Twitter didn't blacklist you. I guess because Tanaka's on your show. I don't know.
You got one person.
Just because one person's on your show, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Make it better. Like,
Yeah, you know that sounds.
But yeah, so that's the story of the Crash match and whatnot. But yeah, again, I live and I learn. I still stay humble. I never talk shit. I just keep it how it is, and whatever.
Next second later, don't you?
Yeah. If it was anybody but me, I'm pretty sure they would have sabotaged that match.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, but again, I said, I still get the heat afterwards. I'm still the humble person, but I still get the heat afterwards. So.
You still get the heat.
Yeah.
You can forgive, but never
turned into Majima at the end of Yakuza 0, just walking into the crowd and the sad music playing behind him as he's disappearing into the crowd and shit.
So you were asked a question of 5 matches that you didn't produce that you didn't enjoy, or 5 matches that you didn't produce but you did enjoy.
Oh man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Well, the
X
one
versus Malachi.
one match that I did not produce that I really enjoyed was most definitely there's two. Well, one of the guys is here, Malachi. I think the first time I saw a Malachi match was him against the Pack, and I remember I was just YouTubing this. You did that on 19, right?
It was on 19.
Yeah, so I remember before I even knew about HLR, I just legit type HLR matches, and I was like, all right. And of course,
no fucking way popped up just from HLR in the search tab.
Yeah, because you're under suggestions, right? So of course the famous match that everybody talks about, or that I at least liked, even though this guy's blacklisted too, but whatever, is Namo versus Ezra Fox. So that was one that popped up. Then under suggestions, it showed Malachi and the Pack match, and I enjoyed that one more than the Ezra Fox versus Namo match. Then of course, after that, it showed all the Art of Combat stuff, and that's when I learned about Martyr versus Vogan. So that's probably the second match that I liked a lot.
Next time trying to get herself more back tattoo.
I like the Pack. Then Robert Martyr versus Vogan, and believe Robert Martyr's last match, or was it Vogan's last match? It's probably one of those. Then the third one,
Number 3.
Vogan versus Namo. That was actually the second one that I like, because I'm a big fan of technical matches. There's no surprise. And the third one, I don't believe I have a third one. Do I have a third one?
Versus DHL.
That's more to me. I think that's more like a cinematic, like Undertaker versus AJ Styles. You know, like it's very cinematic. Yeah, you know, cinematic matches.
Well, at least when you get to the backstage bits, yeah.
Yeah. Because what the first wasn't like the first
to work on.
Yeah. I do like. I guess if it was the late matches now, I believe Carter versus Lando was fun, because you don't really see 3 stages of hell like that. So that was
Oh,
fun.
no.
Even though I had some input in that match because I sounded it.
Yeah.
So I don't count that one, if you be honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'm not even
So
gonna lie. Out of all the matches I've seen, at least coming back, I think my personal favorite definitely Carter Young versus X in that one match. That shit was peak. I'm not even.
Oh,
gonna lie.
yeah.
oh yeah, you like that?
WCW?
Yeah.
The glaze, the glaze.
Was it?
You talking about the-
Wait. Was it
Right.
WCW where Carter Young was like in the fucking?
Yeah. See, I like that
Wait,
match. So if I had like a favorite match of mine and probably my whole history or like my own like pre-exclusive X story arc, I think number one is probably me versus Carter, just because the fact that like
Glaze.
I think the history and also first time doing voiceovers, first time like main eventing in a way, even though it was for a championship, you know.
I mean, technically it was for a championship. Technically it wasn't, but it's like
and I think that's the first time I ever did a hype package, to be honest. 'Cause I never did hype package before, for X at least.
Nice.
I never did a hype package. I never did voiceovers like that. I produced something that even though I was not heel, it showed some type of heel stuff in it. Part 3, a conclusion to a story, you know. So there's a lot of stuff that I did not do that I finally did, and I think the fact that it happened before New Year's Eve was actually pretty cool. And people actually, I think Wade actually respected that story, that he respected my timeline, and I never had that too. So yeah, that's pretty cool in a way. So yeah, that was one of my favorites. But yeah, any other questions? Yeah.
What are the top 5 people you do not like working with?
What happened?
we had 2 questions. Let's go Nick first.
Who do you want to face in 2025?
XVPW wise, I guess somebody in my own roster.
I mean, just in general.
Oh, in general.
Yeah, just to you.
I'm saying like just in general.
People who I personally like to face in 2025. I do want to face against Andrew Kaz for sure. I do like. I really do like his character. I liked how. I think early Andrew Kaz, when he's handed me promos, he wasn't really comfortable the way he is now. So I think now he's more comfortable being on camera. So I do want to face him. I feel like he's the perfect heel opponent if him and I ever get a chance to work together. But yeah, my number 1 is Andrew Kaz. I thought about it a lot actually.
Yeah. Didn't you say some people, not just one person?
You made him so happy.
Yeah.
Way to blow his ego up even more, X.
All right, Kaz, what was your question? Oh, never mind.
He's blushing through the camera right now.
Is Andrew Cass the only person that you want to fight in 2025?
For now, yeah. I mean, that's probably the only one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jalen was trying to
What's
get
funny? What's funny is I don't.
I already fought him.
Like I don't plan ahead like that. I always plan with a person who I have now. Then then towards the middle I would plan like, okay, who's the guy after this storyline? Okay.
Who's next?
Okay. Right, Carter, you trying to put me under? I already fought him twice.
I'm surprised you have fun. I don't even remember the previous 2 times.
It was never an HLR match.
But
yeah. Okay.
Here's my question for Max.
What's up?
What are the top 5 people you did not like working with?
Oh, there you go. There's the hard one. Bam, bam, bam.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna go over this volumes of like matches that I
Oh
produced.
wow. He's going through his old discography.
Okay, so there was a time. So what people don't know behind the scenes is the last match between me and Alex Haas. Right. So I worked with Alex Haas on the match that Carter likes, that last man standing. So even though I worked really hard on that match and whatnot, to be honest, there was never supposed to be a part 3. Alex wanted this part 3 to happen, right? He was like, we need another match, and I'm like, no, like I don't want to do another one. Like you beat me, that's fine. No, but you deserve the W. I'm like, and I told him like, yo, I don't give 2 fucks about my W. like you got this. Well, of course he wanted to put me over. I'm like, fine, all right, fine. So I thought this really dope storyline and whatnot, and it was supposed to be on Halloween, right? And I told Alex, like, okay, like, you want this? You live near me. Let's make it really dope and whatnot. Let's do something together, because like all HLR producers, we do legit put 100% of the effort into this match. Nobody does not do nothing, right? Unless you're working 50-50 like how me and Arda did, or 50-50 what me and Carter did with the voiceovers and the storyline and everything, the hype package. You want some input into it besides me doing all the work, right? So me and Alex filmed some stuff, right? But he was holding the camera. It was shaky. It didn't look right. Like, okay, do you want to do a voiceover? Do you want to come over and we'll do some voiceover lines? Because him and I are supposed to have a back and forth segment and all that stuff. He was talking, like, I gave him the idea, like, all right, like, here's something that you can do. Here's something that I would allow you to say. Like, you can talk about how I didn't give you credit for the match, and that's the reason why I'm so successful in CAW right now. I never gave credit to like Gates or to you or whatnot. I told him, yo, it's thanks to us that you're popular. It's thanks to us that you're the reason why you're 5-star X. You came to CAW and you forgot about the people who put you over. Like, do story about line about that, But of course, he didn't. And stuff like that. He had some stuff going on. So I'm like, all right, here's a match I didn't really care about now. I'm producing something that I really didn't want to produce anyway, but I'm gonna put in all my full effort into it, And it came out really good. He enjoyed it. As long as he was happy about it, I'm happy about it. But there are times where I wish that, some people put in their certain percentage into what I'm producing to make it really worthwhile. So Alex Haas was one of those guys. Yeah, we talked about Victor Wolf. David Rude. David Rude was okay to work with. But that guy is now gone. So, like, all right, there's another match that I gave a guy a W with down. Now he's gone. I did enjoy working with Keon Kodo at the time. I did. Him and I actually had really good chemistry and whatnot. He actually came through to my crib and we filmed a couple of vignettes. I'm like, yo, this guy has a lot of potential. And I feel like I want to take credit for the Keon Kodo character, even though I highly doubt he's going to give me my credit, because I was the one who told him about, like, yo, you should rock the shades. Like, rare shades. Like, I feel like this character is perfect. You rock the shades. You be this machismo looking type of character, amazing person to work with, really good chemistry. He's very confident on the camera. King Phoenix. Okay, there's another guy who I like legit gave him all my knowledge of HLR, and not enough knowledge actually, because his matches are like kind of trash in a way. No pacing whatsoever, but that's his style. That's not mine. Another guy who I have a match with and right afterwards got blacklisted from the community. For dumb shit, but whatever. Wish him good fortune though. Who else? Oh, John Martin Sr. There you go. There's a guy. Who?
Damn, I feel so bad for you for that match, dude.
So
man.
So all right. So let's. You want here? I'll open up a bag of worms for this one. Let me take a sip real quick, because there's gonna be a long one.
Yeah, and as he's taking a sip, dude, I watched him produce this match for like months, just for like the controversy to happen. I was like, damn, that sucks.
Guys, get your popcorn ready.
Like, this match was really good. May I add, this match was really good.
It may have been the underrated, like, best technical wrestling match of the year. But because of the controversy, it's now kind of like
that's
in
up under the rug.
And then it ends up getting replaced by an E-Fed match.
All right.
Oh God,
that makes it worse.
All right, let me.
Not to mention, X got replaced by Tyson of all people.
So behind the scenes, I think it was New Year's Eve. I actually apologized to JMS for my actions in a way, but I'm not apologizing for what I did. I'm just apologizing for the fact that I'm sorry. This is the match that somewhat ruined our friendship. So I'm not apologizing for what I did. I'm just apologizing for if there was any way that I hurt you in some sort of way. I apologize for that. And whatnot. But so here's what happened, right? I did my best to not forget, but I did my best to also just keep it in my head just in case somebody talks shit about it within that group of people. But I believe it started because Kaz was here for certain parts of it because we were in the same JMS call or same JMS Discord server. So I think he's here for certain parts of it. He probably forgot about it. Who knows?
I don't fucking remember anything.
But
anymore.
Yeah, he forgot about it.
But all I remember is I asked Eddie, when do you need this match due? Because he said that he was only waiting for my match, right? So I'm like, okay, now is my time to produce this match, right? So during that time, I believe JM was ready making his way down to watch the Collins show. Because this was Collins' very first match as an indie performer. So within that time span, the match was already done, right? So whenever Collins' match was, that match was already done. And here we are just waiting for Eddie to put this show together and let it out, right? And this match was very important to JM because this was his comeback. And he was a world champion in Legacy. And I'm like, hey, I want you to give you back your get back because I beat you in XVPW. Here, let me give you your get back, and boom, right? So when JM came here, I showed him the match. He fucking loved it. He said, "Yo, this is the best match you ever fucking produced." Yeah, man, I really care. I legit put my all into this. You know, I never been part of Legacy. I heard so much about Legacy. JM kept talking about Legacy and all that stuff because during the time of producing this match, we were watching a bunch of Legacy stuff. Right, I saw Seawolf for the first time. I saw these other guys for the first time, and all that stuff. R-Dub did a match in Legacy. I want to do one too, because Legacy was one of those promotions that helped this Instagram community rise. Right, you know.
Yes, for sure.
So JM came through. He sat right here. I showed him the match. I was happy. He loved it. Boom. All right. So next thing you know, we took some pictures. Blah blah blah. So now Eddie. So we're just waiting for Eddie to drop the fucking show. Next thing you know, Eddie told me that he has to do a Heather Ray match. I'm like, wait, what? Like you told me the match was done. Like, why are you waiting for a Heather? Why are you producing a Heather Ray match? Oh, blah blah blah. All right, fine, whatever. Next thing you know, he's doing. Next thing you know, he has to go to some church conference, right? He has to go to, because I believe Eddie is hella religious. So I'm like, oh, all right. So you got to do a church conference. All right, go ahead, do you do, you know? So next thing you know. He came back from the church conference. His computer crashes. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, bro? Yo, so whenever that call-in match was, which I think it was probably in May or some shit. I do not know. All I know is that he's like, is just getting stalled week by week, right? So then Eddie told me, hey, he got everything ready. All right, you want me to do a promo now, Eddie? Yeah, go ahead, promote it. I'm like, all right, cool. So this where it takes a toll, because I cut the illest promo ever as X against JMS to promote. That's the only way you're gonna see me promote is when I do a live promo, because I will give them all in a real life promo. I cut the promo against JMS, right? And for those who don't know who John Martin Sr. is, John Martin Sr. is like, JM uses that character because it pays homage to his grandfather, John Martin Sr. That's the only reason why. So in the promo, I cut a promo and whatnot, and he didn't. So I cut a promo, boom, right? Then he rebuttals as the live version of JMS, which kind of made me happy because it actually shows him cutting a live promo and whatnot. And then he cut it into a shoot, right? For those who don't know what a shoot is basically now we're playing real life now. We're not playing call and call. This is real life. And I'm like, oh, cool. I like this. This is cool. I like it. So then, boom, right? So then, those two promos, boom. We thought that was it. That was the end all be all. We promoted it, but guess what? Eddie computer crashes. His file got corrupted, and all that shit. And I'm just like, oh god, Eddie, what the fuck, bro? So then, next thing you know, hey, if Eddie can fix this in one time, boom. So then, what you call it? That's when I hit up JM about it, right? I say, hey, fucking Eddie's computer crashed and whatnot. What are we gonna do? At this point, threaten him. Like, say that you're gonna release the match and all that shit, because right now, like, I'm tired of this call bullshit, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, do you really want to do that? Like, you know? Like, no, like, you know, let's just give Eddie one more chance. Like, all right, boom. So next thing you know, project finalized, Eddie's computer's fixed, the show's gonna come out, and that's when I cut the second promo. Cause hey, we have one more week. You want to do a rebuttal and all that shit? Cause I'm a rebuttal. Like this guy. So all right, so I rebutted, right? And that's when JMS felt some type of way about that promo. He said, "Yo, do we have a problem? Like, I feel like you got something against me." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "That promo you did. Like, I feel like that's kind of personal now." And I'm like, "No, like, what the hell? Like, this is just called, bro. Like, you know." And then that same week, I released the show, and I made a post about it saying that, yo, like, I have nothing against Eddie and all that stuff. I'm sure this guy's really cool, but I'm tired of like the unprofessionalism. I'm gonna drop the match. And that's when Kaz did the commentary and everything. And yeah, that was it. Everybody, and that's funny because everybody warned me about Eddie, you know, that like this guy's procrastinating. And like, you know, I took all that into consideration, right? I just want this match to air because I've worked very hard on it and everything. And yeah, that was like the end all, like, be all of that friendship of me and JMS. And I'll probably read the messages. Let me see if I can find it. The only JM. There you go. JM. Message. He unfriended me and everything. So yeah. So this is it. I think this is it. We got one more week before the match. No, it should have been agreed upon all of us. No, it's fucking loading. But yeah, I'll read it to y'all. But yeah, that was like one of those matches where, like I said, like everybody said that, yo, like X really worked hard on it. It was one of the best technical matches. Yeah, I did, and that was actually my first 2K24 match. Not to be honest, because yeah, it was that. I remember that match now because I never touched 2K24. I purchased it. I think everybody's working on their cause. I believe that same time too, JM said that he's gonna bring back that his own show. What was it? What the hell is it called? JM Pro. Yeah, JM Pro. He wanted to bring back JM Pro. Right. And I think if you look, I don't know if it's up there still, but if you look at the website jmpro.com, you'll see my call there because he wanted my call because he wanted me in JM Pro. I'm like, all right. So yeah. Okay, here it is. So I'll play it. I'll play it. So I cut the promo, right? And I think this is what he says. Let me see. I put on speaker. Let me see if I put on speaker. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Bro, you know that rebuttal you just posted is bullshit and you know it. You fucking blindsided me with that. You never said anything about the first one. Forced me into a situation to fucking spit a promo for the second one. All for you now to be spitting another one. And it doesn't even seem like it's anything like fucking call related. It just seems like I must have hit a nerve on my promo. So now you had to release this shit. I think it's bullshit. I'm not responding to it. I'm not even fucking responding or promoting the match at all at this point, period now.
Yeah. So that's what he said.
What the hell?
Yeah. Then I told him, then I'm like, and I think if you really look at the promo, I really didn't say nothing very offensive at all. In my eyes, at least, because I still gave him his props and everything. But I'm like, yo, like you, because you would think with all the years of knowing me that you know me already. Like, why would I do that? Like, I wouldn't have cut the promo if I knew I really would hurt our feelings. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm not that type of person at all. Like, and he knew me for years. Like, because I think Gates introduced me back in 2022. Then from so that's what 3 years of friendship on 2024. Now you think I'm trying to do something like to sabotage our friendship just because of a promo? You know?
Yeah.
You know. Then I told him like, no, it should have been like. Then he typed, no, it should have been agreed upon with all of us, one person making decision for everybody involved in the program. But I'm like, if I do under that, then why did you rebuttal? You know, why did you rebuttal in the first promo that I did? You know, because if I cut the promo, you should have typed all of that and all that stuff. But you rebutted. I thought that gives me the idea that you were comfortable cutting this promo against me. You did it live too, you know. Then he said that you need us to start understanding that as into this shit as you guys anymore. I don't have the energy anymore for it, and I don't find it as fun as I used to. So when you put me in the situation all the time with this promo shit, you're just making me feel like I have to work. You need to understand I'm not as into this shit as you guys anymore. I'm not having fun with it anymore, Max. That's the truth of it all. Then he said this. Yeah.
Hey, bro. I'm going to give you one chance and one chance now. Join my Discord waiting room, and we'll drag you in. And you can talk to me and Eddie one-on-one about all this shit live on Twitch. And tell me if what you think is right
Why does it gotta be on Twitch, though?
Yeah.
is wrong.
So that was, so he sent that to me on August 17th. That was the day I aired the match, and he aired the match after that. So there's two different JMS matches and whatnot. One that was on the XVPW show, and one that was on not XVPW show,
Your channel.
my channel. And there's one that's his. And keep in mind, so people don't know, like this guy was really drunk on that Twitch. I actually have the footage and whatnot. He was really drunk and whatnot. God. So there's no way in hell that I'm gonna defend myself in front of a live Twitch audience with him on it, and he's talking about all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I am not gonna do that. Like if we're gonna handle this, we're gonna handle this like boys, and we just don't talk one-on-one and whatnot. But to be honest, like I said, I don't apologize for what I did. Like I have every reason to air that match because I worked very hard on it, and it was thanks to Eddie that I aired that match. Because why? Because Eddie was not unprofessional, man. He was just a guy who just chills and whatnot. Like, yo, and that's not the only time I did that. You know, I had my match held hostage before. One of them being Kyle Richardson and whatnot, but he didn't care if I aired it. You know, like that episode 10 of CSW, bro. That shit would not come out for like 3 years, and I worked hard on that match. That was a 2K19 match that got aired on 2023 or 22. I do not know, but I know it's one of those and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
damn.
Yeah. Because he, you know.
Sounds like one match I forgot that even happened.
Yeah. And this match that I probably would have aired probably would never aired on Legacy, to be honest. You know? And where.
Oh, for sure.
Because, like, in that promo, I said that, like, I'm pretty sure after, like, I'm trying to keep Legacy alive because this promotion's fucking dying. And when was the last time a Legacy match show aired after that? I don't know. Nobody knows. You know? But, yeah, that's one of those one. But that's just my piece on the whole JM thing. I'm pretty sure we're cool now. If he heard this, he'd probably be upset, you know? But it is what it is, you know? But yeah, I mean, after that, I had like great memorable matches. I didn't mind producing and all that stuff for them. But there's another reason why I went exclusive anyway, because, you know, deal with less drama. You know, worry about all my own stuff. I don't have to worry about my roster. I don't have to worry about other people's stuff no more. I don't have to worry about other promotions dropping or keeping my match hostage. You know, because yeah. But. Yeah, any more questions, guys?
Yeah, I have one. What color is my underwear? I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
Anyways, how many matches exactly have never seen the light of day?
No, that's it. I made sure all my matches came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Whether they like it or not, it's going out there,
It's going
and you
out there.
can't stop him.
Yeah, I made sure that I had a little trick to it, like, oh, cause I did it with Eddie. Like, how many matches are you waiting for? You know, am I the last match? Like, how long is this match? This guy's doing is done. All right, cool. I'm about to produce right now. You know,
what's a match that you recorded that you wish you could change the finish of?
Ooh, there you go.
I would have made you tapped out.
Damn.
Fair enough.
Because you told me that nobody never tapped you out. So.
And I was trying to push you to I was trying to like push that, be like, hey.
No, you wanted me out. You wanted
like you wanted tap out.
You wanted me to hit you with a Kamehame Goye. You wanted me to hit you with that. That
fair.
whole entire time.
Yeah. I did want you to break my I did want you to break my nose. That is fair.
Yeah, you wanted me to hit you with a Kamehame Goye. I'm like, I don't want you to hit. I don't want to hit this move. I'm like, fine. I would have made you tap down. Because
there was a.
Yeah. Because right after you hit the butterfly lung blower, your knees popped out, right? You got out of it. Then next thing you know, you and I are both at the corner. That's when I would have hit the next figure 8 or figure 10 on you. It wasn't supposed to be to change a heart into the double foot stomp. It was supposed to be It was supposed to be that.
Yeah, I don't think people will know this because I remember the original finish because there was 2 different finishes for that match. The first one was by knockout, like with the Kamehame Goye.
Yeah.
And I think you had sent it to Wade, right? And he picked the other one. You picked the pinfall one, right?
Yeah, he wanted the pinfall one because he wanted to let people. So I'm like, oh, all right. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another one that but it was cool. Kamehame Goye for the win. So that's 2. Like I really don't want to hit that move multiple times on other people, but the only time it made sense if I had a round 3. So I was like, all right, fine. Round 3. This is our round.
And
3.
I think it's like I think you wouldn't have been able to do that scream. I think as well, like with that, because I feel like that scream put like the cherry on top with that finish, because you just realized what you had just done.
Yeah.
I got a question.
What's up?
I think it's so. You know how people come in the call and they have characters to where like they want their character to not lose and whatnot. And let's say like the character is like really good, like good promo, good matches, and whatnot, but they don't want to lose ever. What's your take on that?
What am I take?
Yeah.
They don't want to lose? All right. I mean, nobody. My trick is, all right, if I'm going to go on a losing streak, right? But nobody does not want to lose to the guy who has a loss record that has like mad L's on it, right? So if this guy does not want, this guy does not want, like, you know, like he just want keeps on winning, all right, I'm going to expose you in a way where me losing matters and you winning doesn't.
Right.
That's the way I would change that whole entire, you know, because at the end of the day, especially if you're a really good HLR producer, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna get I'm gonna still go over even though you're getting the W. Like a good example of that is Lionel Suwa. Like people weren't talking about Lionel Suwa getting the W. They were talking about how that X match was fucking fire, you know. And those things, So that's where you toss it around, you know. Cause you gotta think of it like in real life wrestling. Like, okay, like back when I first started, it's all about, I don't care if I'm the main, like I don't care if I'm in the main event. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get my Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker WrestleMania 25 moment where like I'm gonna be the match of the night. You know, 2022 to 2023. Oh, match of the night. I produced that shit very well. I want it to be match of the night. You know, they're not gonna talk about the main event. They're gonna talk about the match of the night. Then when 23 happened, people start booking me in main events. All right, you're gonna get these main event matches. You know, all right, boom, I got you. And Matt again, like, oh, that was the X match. Even though he fucking like lost, oh, X, all right, you know, because that's where you want to be. You know, I'm not trying to like stroke my ego or anything. That was just my mindset every time I'm producing, because I'm looking at these other matches that people are producing. I'm like, all right, it's all right, it's okay. There's no psychology there, you know. Like my mindset of when producing is like, I don't know if other people think this way, but when you have so much wrestling knowledge, you know, and when you watch wrestling, that's why I tell people, like, if you're like, that's what I told Andrea when she's producing, or Al Walker when he's producing. Like, I want you to watch a match that you really like, all right? Then when you watch that match, you got to understand, why do you personally like it? What makes it special in your heart? What makes it special to you? Why you like it? Then when you do that, I want you to produce that into your match that you're producing right now. So when I produced me versus Carter, I told Carter, like, yo, what's your favorite match and what's my favorite match? My favorite match right now that I'm very liking is this Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. So we're gonna do this, right? And Carter told me some matches that he likes and whatnot, and that's the reason why I picked Separate Ways by Journey, because for some reason Carter really likes 80s rock or some shit, or early 90s rock.
He really does.
You know?
It's a weird obsession.
So I was like, Carter, because I think that was the pitch actually. Hey Carter, if you ever have a round 3, we're gonna fucking, this is gonna be a hype package song. We didn't even talk about the match yet. We're just talking about the hype package.
Yeah. That's how the match even started, because we heard that music.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? And I said, you know what? Let me go talk to Wade real quick.
Yeah.
And I shoot the idea away. I said, hey, Wade, how about this? Me versus X round 3. What do you think? He said, perfect. Main event of Midgard. I was like, okay, cool. And I shot it back to X.
Yeah.
That's how it can be.
May I add, this is how they always come up with different like random matchups against each other.
Yeah.
This is legit how they do it. They fuck around and they find out.
Yeah, that's the reason why that's the reason why it came about. You know, that's why I say it came full circle in a way, which I like. You know, and towards the end of that, I think the match like produced and whatnot. I'm like, I hope our friendship still stays strong to this, because there's gonna be another like I don't want it to be another JMS versus X moment where like some bullshit happens. Like, no, I you know, because when you're producing for something, like, I don't care about person's popularity or fame, or if they're the top 5 in call and whatnot. Like, I like producing matches where me and person have a really good bond and friendship, you know, in a way. That's the reason I'm saying, like, I don't mind producing like a guy who's in the bottom of the barrel. You know, I don't mind producing that. Just make it make sense. And like, okay, if this guy's cool, all right, I don't mind producing, you know. But when you're producing for somebody you really don't like, then like, then that takes the excitement out of me. I don't get paid for this shit. You know? So why so like, why would I produce something that I don't like, or a person who I don't like either? Like, what's the purpose? You know? Like, I didn't do this for like for me to be in the top 1 of like Call Observer or Ringside ratings, or, you know, I just produced this because I enjoy the people who are in my Discord call, who I like having fun chatting with. That's the reason why that match was so good against Carter, you know, or me versus Cam at DMW. You know, I produce that shit, and I like shit like that, you know.
Oh, I love that match. That match was great.
Yeah. So
underrated.
I think the ironic part of it was we were both a part of that match, and we both commentated over that match.
Yeah.
That's the very most ironic part of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I mean, like, for a person who does not like to always wants to win, just make sure, especially for you, Nick, if you're trying to get into XLR, just legit like have the mindset of like, okay, if you're gonna get the W, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put myself over too. So
yeah.
On top, the way I'll say it the way I told someone the other day in messages. Winning and losing have the same effect if you look at it right. It can help. A win or loss can elevate someone just as fast. It can kill someone.
Yeah.
It can embrace the story as much as it can stop the story dead in its tracks.
And this is why. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking about it. While I was talking about y'all about the whole thing with me and Radical, I'm kind of thinking about just doing the match just because. And just lose and just, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day it's Radical, you know.
Yeah. Like, that's the reason why I think that's the reason why I promo in real life too. It's like, especially when a person who does not really know how to promo. So like, so now I promote against this Victor Wolf guy, right? Or I promote against like Vetty or whoever and whatnot. Like even though they're booked for that W, when you watch a promo and be like, that guy lost it. Like he lost it. You know? Like,
lost what?
Like what? Why? He's so good. Like why? And you know, like that's him. That's not me. That's the promoter. You know, I did my part. I promoted. You know. I
did my job.
Yeah, exactly. I remember. So there's another reason why I booked when Cam did the YouTube match and whatnot. I legit caught Cam off guard because he didn't expect me to promo at all. So I was like, all right, I'm a promo.
I did not one bit. And I legit did not expect
and the match was the next day. So I was like in my head, like, okay, if Cam's really good, he's gonna promo right now. He's gonna end this Discord call and promo right now. And in fact, he did.
And what did I do?
He did.
I legit left the call and went to go do it.
Yeah, because I legit, like, that's my test. Like, I'm going to make sure Cam put in his 50% of whatever I did to produce this match.
Oh, everyone knows I put in my shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And that's why you were babyface of the year.
Oh, come on. Don't you start. Let's not get into this. No.
Yeah.
We're not starting this again.
I got another question. On top of, like, the best and worst matches you watched. Who are the best and worst HLR producers you've seen?
Oh, somebody caught Malachi's attention. Somebody come. Yo, Malachi went from looking at his phone to looking at the screen and grabbing. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a long list.
We'll do top 5.
Stir that pot.
We'll do top 5 for best and worst.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Hi, my name is X, and welcome to Watch Mojo. Here are the top 10 worst and best highlight reel matches of God knows whatever fucking year.
The number 1, so I don't know the producers that well, but I'm gonna tell you the matches that I've seen, and I'm pretty sure one of them is most definitely that DWF Victor Wolf match.
Oh my god.
That's number 1 in my list because I've never seen.
I wanted to forget that match so bad.
Like, there's a thing of it was a really bad HLR match just because I'm pretty sure this guy never produced ever in his life, and Keon actually allowed it to air in his show. So, all right, it was badly produced, but was it his first match? Possibly. Because if it was his 10th,
probably
that was the worst match of all time. If it was his 10th match, you know, but if this is his very first match, yeah, it is bad. It's supposed to be bad, but whose fault is it? Keon or this guy? I'm pretty sure it's Keon's fault because he allowed it to air on his show. If it was a badly produced match, we would not air it on our show. You know, that's my reputation. Number 2. Shit. See, that's the thing. I don't really watch HLR shows like that.
Or you could do just producers.
Why
Malachi look at the camera and look back?
Oh, he's thinking. Give him a second. Let him breathe.
I
had dinner just a second ago.
Malachi's like, I damn well better be in the top 5 best.
No, I couldn't care less. I was literally just looking for some dental floss. I literally just had dinner not too long ago.
He's like, where is it?
Oh, shit.
I really don't know, man. I got us because there's only that DWF show that I watch. I mean,
you know, I got a question.
Yeah, that's probably the only one I can think of. Victor Wolf's the other.
So yeah, unbiased, you know.
Yeah.
Everything isn't about this person, but a lot of people have opinions on him.
Yeah.
So you do, like, bullshit aside, all that, and you go for straight content on what he makes. Yeah. How do you feel about Seraph? That's my just one thing.
Oh.
I don't care. Like, so the man behind him, I whatever he does on his personal time, the fact that I hear a lot of stuff, that's on him. but as a content creator, he needs to improve. I talked with him multiple times about his content back in 2023, because there was a time where he said like, I really don't know what's your beef against me, and I'm like, bro, and behind the scenes and whatnot, I respect you and all that stuff, but you cannot take constructive criticism very well. He's like, you're right. I don't like he doesn't, because I nitpicked on his stuff back then. Like I said, that Freedom Show, the Summer Love shit. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back and whatnot. And he said like, yo, you're like, I told him straight up like, yo, you're like everyone else in this community. Everybody procrastinates. There's everybody procrastinates. This is not a job. This is just a video game. I get that. You know, I'm different. To me, this is gaming to me, because I can easily play Call of Duty. I can easily go back to combat fighting tournaments. I can easily go back to YouTube and whatnot, but this is my leisure time, because all that shit I did back in the 20s and whatnot, my friends outgrew that shit. So this is me having fun, because I love producing. I love producing content. I think that's the reason why Malachi does voiceovers. That's the reason he's so fucking good at it. You know, that's the reason why Malachi is so good at what he does, because this is his leisure time. This is what he does. This is what he loves to do. You know?
I'm not even gonna lie. In terms of call, yeah, sure, starting out and stuff like that, you are like, obviously all of us were kids. Obviously we all saw this shit and we were thinking to ourselves, oh my god, this is so fucking cool. How do I get to be a part of this? And then when you like, and funny enough, I remember having this conversation with Zach Sanchez at one point. And one of the many things I was sitting there telling him, and probably everybody will soon realize this, when you really like step away from call and just decide to start doing your own thing, or at least try to find something new to do, I mean, it's really relatively peaceful, because it's far away from drama, far away from toxicity and all that shit. And the thing is, like, I'm not even gonna cap, because when I stepped away for one of two reasons. Reason number one, I was not finding any creative fulfillment. It just seemed like it was nothing but like egos, this typical hierarchy, groups, cliques, this and that, nitpicking as to who gets booked. And 9 times out of 10, you could sit there and go about your way and producing some of the best content you could produce with the knowledge you have, and still get overlooked and overshadowed by people who either are egotistical or just associate with the right kind of people who are just like, fuck that shit, I'm not having fun here anymore. And then the second reason was just overall because like, I wanted to do something different that I know that, oh, hey, I'll actually enjoy doing, because, like, here it is, like, you think you could sit there and produce some content and you're satisfied and stuff like that, but it always seems like there's something or someone who is there to, like, tear it down or, like, bring you down. And it's just like, this ain't fun to me. Hence why I decided to try my hand at voice acting. And ever since doing voice acting, I'm not even gonna lie, sure, I've had to deal with fair share of drama over in voice acting here and there, but, like, I've actually had fun doing voiceovers, because, like, I have, like, at least some knowledge from my time in the community here in Call. And I was able to bring some of that over to voice acting, because I already knew how to cut a promo. The only thing I just need to do now is learn how to actually act and shit, and then just like went from there. But other than that, the way I see it, one of the biggest forms of advice I could give a person low key is, this call shit ain't gonna be here forever. I mean, if it does, then holy fucking shit. But know that there are far more better things to do versus trying to put out this best content just to seek the approval or validation of people who will probably just shit on your work to begin with. 9 times out of 10, you'll have better fun doing something completely different versus call. I'm just saying. But
yeah, like I told yeah, go ahead.
And definitely, because I remember, the reason why, I'm not sure if y'all remember. Do y'all remember Unite?
Oh yeah.
The whole scandal shit, and people paid to get in the league, and they couldn't get in the league because it was like already full and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I joined because of Unite, because I wanted to join, and I already knew, because from my knowledge, the only league that I knew and I watched like kind of religiously was FAM. And Unite would be like, yo, I could probably get Unite and get FAM. and at the time I was doing Roblox wrestling.
Yeah.
And doing like RP and stuff like that. Yeah, I had a character named Anarchy Andrew, and he was like,
Nigga was fighting blocks.
Yeah, but you know the thing about with the Roblox RP thing, those people are really unique when it comes to like I guess producer stuff because like in a sense they're technically simming, kind of not. It's like pure simming at least, but you have to be so quick with your hands to do that kind of stuff. It gets annoying after a while. But yeah, man, you know with uh as far as call, man, you know last year as far as call was real quiet last year. It definitely wasn't as active as it usually is every year in every game. And maybe it's because of the game. I'm not sure, but you know, with AI being incorporated now, you see a lot of laziness when it comes to you
Promos.
know promos, attires, just graphics in general. You just people use AI for a lot of the stupid shit, and they don't use AI to their like advantage. They use it just to be lazy or to get by and
See,
whatnot.
my thing is, and I'm gonna answer your question again, because it dates back to that Seraph thing that you asked me, and I think that's another reason why a lot of and to answer this what you just said just now is people for content wise, especially for HLR, especially in the IG community, because because that was my last year, so there's like that last year of just having my last few matches before I go exclusive, and this because a lot of people do this shit is they start an HLR promotion and they don't freaking HLR at all, and they had to rely on recorders, right? So let's say I'm gonna use Seraph as an example, and this is probably not even Seraph, but I'm gonna just use this as an example. Is if I have in my roster Comeback Kid, Malachi, Carter Young, Ardub, right? 4 guys who record, right? Really good recorders, but now those 4 recorders also are assigned to NWF's promotion, Scar's promotion, DWM's promotion. So now within that span of under a year, they have to record for those other promotions. Which promotion is getting which match first? We don't fucking know. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, when is this match due? April. When is that match due? Oh, May. Okay. You know, so which match am I going to work on? The one that's due on March or the one that's due on April? Did this guy hand this match in? Does this guy hand this fucking match in? So that's the reason why everybody dropped on that fucking call week. Because everybody got their matches done to the point where, hey, we're all dropping under the same month, on the same week, and whatnot. That's another reason why I went exclusive. Because now, to answer your question again, Seraph is a procrastinator, right? He relies on other people to work on their matches and whatnot. Maybe Seraph will do a match. Okay, if Seraph has one show that has 8 fucking matches, right? And he does one of them, he still has to wait on the 7 more that's about to happen. And whose in fault is that? Is it the recorder's fault or Seraph's fault? Probably Seraph's fault, because he's the one that booked the card for 8 fucking matches. One of them that he probably did, but he has to wait for 7 more recorders to drop this fucking match, right? Exactly. Then he has to piece the show together, all right? Piecing the show is kind of a little bit more harder than probably producing a match. Why? Because keep in mind, he has recorders, but now you have to find people who sound, okay? Mm-hmm. And now who's going to sound those matches? Now, if we're relying on a guy who name is Crash, because Crash does his sounds and whatnot, imagine Seraph sending 8 matches to Crash to sound. There you go. Free. Exactly. For free or probably for money and whatnot. Yeah. You know, that's the reason why I said, like, is it Seraph's fault? Is it the recorder's fault? Is it the content creating? Is it the fact of shows dropping? Like, all of that you have to take into consideration. That's why I say, like, I don't mind doing this because I enjoy it. I love it. If it wasn't for me, those past WZW shows probably wouldn't have dropped and whatnot. Why? Because in the last show, I sounded 4 out of, what was the match card, Carter? 4 or 5?
It was 4.
It was 4 cards? Yeah, I sounded 3 of those matches and whatnot. And I did it in a span of time because I sounded all of them on New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve or was it the day before? I couldn't remember.
It was probably like the day before. It was probably like the day before because the show dropped on the 30th.
Yeah, because I remember I sounded all of them and whatnot. And I did it in a span where I had a free day. I'm gonna do all of it. I just want this show to air on time, just so on the 31st it makes sense in my timeline. You know, and I did it in a way where I didn't even rush. Like, it was still produced in a really good way. I sounded it. I double checked my work and whatnot. And yeah, you're gonna get the best. If you hire me, you're gonna get the best out of it. And that was that 2024 era where, like, I'm just gonna say yes, and I'm gonna do my best on it. And there you go. But like I said, for Seraph and every other recorder out there, that's that whole 2024 era and whatnot. That's the reason why. Because, like you said, I mean, you're when you have a lot of guys in the same promotion who records and whatnot, you're gonna get your match hostage no matter what. Because when you unless you yourself record, and you look at Seraph's tenure of matches and shows and whatnot, with what happened, like before the whole scandal shit that happened and whatnot, even though back then he still wasn't consistent because he had to rely on other people, you know, like that 2024 that whole thing that happened on Twitter, even dates back before that. He was still a procrastinator. He still could not take constructive criticism and whatnot. His shows were not consistent in a way. The way of the match booking, the match card didn't really make sense, but whatever, you know. And I was the only one who voiced out outside of CZB, I believe, and maybe his other. I think also RW in a way, because RW had some constructive criticism to Seraph too.
Yeah, and I've definitely stood beside him since everything. And I've always told him, like, yo, one thing about you, yo, you don't focus on what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can have 3 shows. Yeah, you can do all this and whatnot. But, yo, you need to focus on what that name you have in your Instagram is, which is freedom.
Mm-hmm. I remember I made a joke about it because that was during the time where my match didn't air for CWT, right? Because he had CWT at that time. If I'm not mistaken, and I told him straight up, I'm like, freedom is the only place where your matches get held hostage because there is no freedom in freedom.
Literally, bro.
Yeah, because I told him, like, bro, when is this show dropping, bro? Like, I'm waiting, like, you know, and it didn't drop. And I did commentary on a comment, because he had comment during that time, and I commentated on that, and I'm like, okay, this match is like, this dude had so much shit. Like, you make all these graphics, but then you don't drop. It's like getting the whole MCU teaser. But where's the fucking movies? You know, like,
exactly.
I would do.
Yeah. But let's be honest. Like, not everybody has that same issue under HLR promotions and whatnot. It's just because everybody you're signing the same guys who record. You know,
right.
So you're gonna wait for matches constantly, and that's the reason why. That's the reason why I went. Like I said, that's the reason why I went exclusive, because I got tired. I got tired of the same bullshit I had to deal with. You know.
But I mean,
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right. The question being, what are your thoughts on the consistent use of AI in the community?
At this point,
because like
AI recordings or like logos,
AI,
just
AI recording.
I think you mean like AI graphics, yeah.
Not graphics, promo wise, stuff like that. Because like,
okay.
As a voice actor, AI is literally like heavily frowned upon and stuff like that. Because like, let's use this as an example. Let's say if somebody wanted to sound like, I don't know, Keith David. We'll just spitball a name, a random name. And they use that for their character just to try to get some sort of pop or reaction. And it's just like, that's like saying if someone were to take your voice without your knowledge, let alone your consent, and use it for their own purposes and probably get paid for their said purposes and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know. AI to me is like,
See, I understand where you're coming from, and especially since you're like a professional like voiceover guy. Like I understand, but not everybody's talented, and I'm pretty sure majority of the women cause are guys, and they're not.
That's another thing. That's another thing that's so annoying to hear when someone says like, "Oh, hey, I don't have the voice for it, or or I'm not talented." It's just like you are. Yeah. You just don't try, and it's just like the whole concept of practice seems like non-existent.
If a guy sounds like Barry Manilow and he has a woman call, I'm pretty sure Mr. Barry Manilow's voice, like, yeah, baby. Like, oh God, like, you know, it's like I maybe I'll understand it, but I know
actually that would be funny as a gimmick. Actually,
I dare someone to sit there and want to work with me, and then next, they use an AI promo, I will immediately drop that fucking storyline and move on, bro. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's why you gotta pick and choose your battles, man. You gotta pick and choose your battles. There's some people who didn't even promo against me that did really shitty work, like David Bay. I don't know. I cut a promo against David Bay.
Isn't I don't mean to jump in. Isn't his character classified as dead now?
I don't even know. See, that's the whole point. I cut a promo. I told that guy he's gonna be irrelevant after I faced him, and he's irrelevant.
I think his cause like he killed off his car or something. Yeah. I don't know.
I beat him. I beat him so bad that in a match I didn't even record, and this guy went out to the abyss. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just pick and choose my battles, and I told the promoter in NCW, it's like, hey, I can't produce this match and whatnot, but I will cut a really good promo and all that stuff. It's gonna be in character because I really don't know nothing about this guy, which I to be honest, I really didn't. And I said, just produce that match. I give you the 3 spots you want to do. You can have free will, whatever you want to do. Just make sure I win clean and all that stuff. And I did. I beat him. I cut a really good promo against him. This guy did not rebuttal back whatsoever in the promo. And boom, I got the W. And guess what? This guy's if Will told me his call died, that's how I did a match so good that his character is blown up.
His call is literally dead. You might have killed his character.
And in a way, I'm happy I did not produce that match. So
you blew the balls off of that guy.
Yeah, well, I commentated that match, and I could tell you didn't you record it. I could tell there was Chinese zoom-ins. Not to say that the match was like terrible, but it wasn't exactly like my favorite match to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But X was in it, so I liked it.
Yeah, man. On the old topic we was talking about Call itself and like Call just dying. Hey, tell you right now, Call's not gonna be here within the next 3 years. I didn't mention not in 3 years, but like the next 5.
I give it 10. I give it 10 years.
Yeah, I see. I see about 10.
The only reason why I say that, bro.
Actually, then again, Call's never dying. Call is never dying. Let's be for real.
It's gonna be here until there's no more.
You know how many instances where there have been so many times where people have sat there and said the community was going to die, or but something does happen that's so fucked up to the point where the community should die right there on the spot, but it still keeps going.
I thought it was gonna die when 2K20 happened. To be honest.
Yeah, that's when
I thought, oh my god, please, like 2K20, no.
And then after that, we all jump back to 19.
Yeah, like the servers are up on 19. Yes, let's go.
I think the only benefit we got from 20 was just the use of certain arenas and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then that career mode, because I know that.
Don't get me started.
The fact that a game was so bad.
Head red.
Yeah, dude, the fact that a game was so bad.
No.
Yeah.
Trey. Literally fucking slips on a tray and fucking breaks his fucking neck, bro.
Dude, the fact that a game was so bad that even 2K was like, all right, we'll keep the last year's game server up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
however, we are not making 2K21.
Yeah, it's so bad that they canceled the next game.
Yeah.
And then they pop out like some like WWE All Stars dollar store version, which was 2K Battlegrounds.
I maybe played it like once.
Yeah, you know the whole thing is, bro. 2K doesn't appreciate the call players as well as like.
Is this
you
that
know,
sim shit? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Is this what you think this is?
Like the whole thing is like when it comes to 2K and call, they don't really care about call. I'm telling you right now.
No.
If you're not,
They don't care.
Nah, I'm very sure
a
they don't.
content creator, as far as like a Brandon does everything, or like a
An Aaron Matthews, a Dank Top,
like that.
Or
If
Chris.
you're not with these people, they don't give a. They don't care. They can
They
put.
will not.
What would you guys want for the next game? Da 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 da. They're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
give
listen.
you so many ideas, and they would not give two flying fucks.
Yeah,
Out the window.
yeah. What do you want? Create a story. More my faction characters. No.
You know what?
No.
You know what's really hard?
No.
I'm gonna tell you this
Road
right
to
now.
WrestleMania. More my faction. No.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There are times where I felt like, why am I doing this? And I'm not getting the not views in a way, but like the attention. Till I realized that like that's when I learned that I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I should not care about the views or the subs.
Exactly.
It will come along.
Yes.
Because I know personally and whatnot, you're not gonna get no views. You're not gonna be consistent. You know, especially in HLR producing, you're not gonna be consistent no matter how hard you try. I do my best to at least pop out a show once a month or bi-monthly. You know, especially now since I'm going since I'm exclusive, I do my best to be bi-monthly. Because early 2K19, it was easy for me because in Facebook right now, because that's where I started and whatnot, I was probably there's only 2 HLR promotions in the Facebook that was really popular. It's me and GSF, Getty's Wrestling Federation. And he's been doing green screening and all that shit, simming and all that stuff in the early days before I came around. So I remember it was only him and I. And it was easy for me to get my first ever 600 subs in under a month. But then when I learned that I had to branch out and all that shit, because I'm getting a lot of haters now. You know, because when you gain a certain sense of popularity, you're gonna get a lot of fucking haters to the point where they don't even share your content. You know, and that's how bad it was, because there was a guy whose name is Ryan something, I forgot his name, but he started El Dorado Championship Wrestling, and he learned about me, and he knew how fast I was growing, and he had all these fan pages and groups of cause group pages, and he was like the admin for all of them, and I was trying to share my stuff in all of them. He didn't even accept the approval of none of my shit, so I'm like, fuck. You know, like, where am I supposed to promote now? I can't promote on my own fucking page. So that's when I learned about the IG side and everything. And I can only get a certain amount of popularity or views or whatnot just by trying to understand YouTube algorithm, YouTube promoting and all that stuff. But I had to learn that I got to find out other ways to promote, because my views and the attention and subscribers, I was always stuck, because I always had these goals, like, and by the end of the month, I should have again 100 subscribers. In the next 2 months or the next 3 or whatever year, I had these goals I wanted to achieve but people were fucking trying to drag me down because they saw how big it was getting. So that's when I learned that like I have to find a way to learn how to do this for fun, because I love being a content creator. I also learned how to have to be a good, successful content creator. You know, that's why that's why my mindset of when doing these fucking call shows is like, or like when I'm working with certain people, is like I was on that WWE mindset, to be honest. It's like, oh, this isn't professional wrestling, this is sports entertainment, you know? So in my head, like, oh, this isn't CAW, this is just XVPW. Like, I don't treat it as CAW, even though it is part of CAW, you know? But I had that mindset, like, I have to step away from this CAW bubble before it drives me insane, because I came into this community thinking that XVPW was its own thing, that we started this and whatnot, and we found out that there was other people doing it, but they weren't doing it like us, you know? So I learned that I had to keep this mindset, because there is CAW shows, but there's XVPW, you know? And that was always my mindset when I did this. So that's why I said, like, I still have to learn how to keep this fun for me, because if I think of it as just CAW, then I'll just be like what William and Jalen said in their live earlier. It's like, oh, CAW's dying, or Call is unsuccessful, or there's too much drama in Call. All right, keep that in Call.
I didn't exactly say it was dying necessarily. His mindset was this. His mindset was that he's like, unless I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not going to necessarily do it. He said he just. So I was expressing this. I came from the NBA 2K community. Okay, so it's a little different. So, like, how I was trying to describe it was when I came from the NBA 2K community, you could drop on your own time, basically. You don't have to feel as much as stress. You can pick up on that project wherever you left off, because it's like you can be consistent with it. Because NBA games, it's like 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 days. You're getting back to a basketball game. It's like more consistent, but you know what you get with it, and you don't have to do promos as often. It's like it was peaceful in a way, but I also. I have things I like about both. I like Call because the storylines, that's the biggest part I've loved about joining Call. That's that's the real reason. But I've also seen HLR, like when I just started learning about it. I actually just learned about it like honestly like August 2024 is when I really started getting invested.
I remember when ANY discovered it. He thought he created that shit.
You remember
I joined
Call
that
Week?
live. Yeah.
You remember Call Week? I said thank you for creating Call Week, and he was like, I didn't create Call Week, William Kennedy. I didn't make it. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, you did. You made it.
I remember joining that live, and I'm like, do you know what HLR is? What's HLR? I'm like, exactly. So I was like, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. You're trying to be popular. I get it, but it's not. You're not defending your case right now, sir. That's fine. But yeah,
one thing he's true to is his beliefs, which is like respect to that. You know, he can stay true to what he believes in. Yeah. But you know, every day I'm like when every year when I'm like, because I just joined last year. Every year I see a live. If you put me at 47, don't even put me on the list. And then he tries to contradict and say, I don't care about the list. You care to an extent to talk about it.
But to be fair, man, like I said, I don't treat this as Call. I am part of the community, but XPPW is just its own freaking thing. And I hear, and you know, it's funny. I'm the fact that I said this now, I never said it in a way where I said it consistently, is how other people say it too. Like, yeah, XPPW is different. And I'm like, cool. Like, the fact that other people say that shit is like, all right, that was my mindset of creating this. Good job you noticing. And good job you saying it. Because I never promoted it that way. But yeah.
Did you take people saying XPPW is different in like a negative mindset? Or did you take it as positive?
No, because so there's a reason why. So when I came up with the slogan of we're not just an alternative, we are the extreme alternative. I created that slogan because I was listening to Chris Jericho's podcast where this was the formation of AEW and they were teasing it. They teased it at the Jericho Cruise where they had their phones out and whatnot. And Jericho was part of that. He was part of the community and said, yeah, this is just another alternative to the WWE. And for a good week, they were promoting it like that. And that's where I came up with, we're not just an alternative. We are the extreme alternative. Because you can have other alternatives. That's when I learned that, oh, shit, there's other people who's doing this shit. You know, like, I thought here, me and my friends, we're a group of, like, you know, 6 people, you know, doing some call stuff. We didn't even know there was a call. We didn't know what call was, you know, till somebody of the name of Cash discovered us. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh shit, there's other people doing this? Fuck. Oh, that's dope. Then we saw it like, y'all been doing this for 8 years and your content looks like that? You know? This is back when I was a cocky little fucking prick.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, but at the same time, like if you're doing it for a certain period of time, I feel like you should be like, hey, I want to improve my video editing. Like my goal coming into
because they were doing live promos. You know, they were doing live promos. And they were doing it all.
Were they like they went on the live and they basically archived it?
No, they filmed themselves. This back, you know, they used their phones. They filmed it vertical like this, and they were cutting promos and all that stuff. And the guy named of Cash discovered us and whatnot. And these guys doing it for a really long time. And I was like, oh, really? You know, and they formed a group called Call All Stars. You know, it's a band. It's like 7 promotions from different parts, and they all collab together. And once a year, they formed this Call All Stars show, which they believe they're still going on till this day, and whatnot. But they were a group. They were not only that type of group. They were also a toxic group. You know, they try to get my show like fucking blacklisted and shit like that just because of, you know, cutting promos and calling them out, you know. And I was like, hey, I'm trying to be the Paul Heyman of this fucking thing. If I want to make my name known, I will do it. You know, I had an ego. I had an ego. I had to admit, I had an ego back then and whatnot. But with that ego comes a lot of consequences and whatnot. And I learned my ways, you know.
Funny enough. I mean, you know, you can reserve your right. I feel like you can reserve your right to have an ego if your work speaks volumes.
That's why I said that's why I always told people, like, you know, if I signed you to XVPW, there's a really good reason and a specific reason why I signed you guys, you know.
Yeah,
because I came here not with.
I have no reason. I'm just here.
Because my reason I came into this Discord, I'm being honest, I was scared of coming into XVPW, and I'll tell you exactly why. It was so different, and the fact that I was in other calls, like, it's not that I wasn't comfortable cutting promos on camera, because I've been in promo companies in the past, but it felt like, extreme virtual pro wrestling, and I saw actual, like, there were like indie wrestlers and stuff. I didn't know how it was going to shape up. I was just some kid doing video editing, and I didn't really think I would shape up to the rest. That's honestly how I felt. That's why I was really scared of the XVPW.
Oh yeah, there's like and that's the reason. I guess I produced it or did it that way. You know, that's the reason why I did it, is because it makes it seem like I don't sign anybody. You know, and that's the reason why. Because if you're just gonna sign everybody, then like what are you gonna do with them? So everybody who I signed, there's a reason why I signed them, because they're not just a call, they're actually a talent. You know, you gotta have some sort of talent if you're gonna be an XVPW, and that's the way I produced it that way. You know, that's the reason.
I don't want because you can't just sign people, because you're obviously gonna have DMs. People say, hey, I want to sign, I want to get here. I always feel like I have to prove myself to get into a place. That's always how I felt when I was getting into places. Yeah. I feel like I have to prove myself, not ask off the jump.
That's the reason, because, you know, in real life promos, that's the reason why I did in real life promos, and that's the reason why, in my mindset, in real life promos is, in a way, more better than a guy who's just cutting like whatever, you know, because in real life promos show me that you're confident in being in the camera. You have your not only that, but I understand that you have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, right?
Get out of your comfort zone.
You got that's a mindset that not many people have, you know, and respect to that, because if I tell you to cut in real life promo, you know, then do that shit. Like there's some people in my promotion who can't do that, and I totally respect that. You know, but at least give me something, you know, give me something worth signing for, you know, and that's the reason why
you can't do that. Yeah, give the bare minimum at least. Like that's what I say to everybody.
And I always ask for the bare minimum. You know, if Carter says he can't do in real life promo, I respect that. He does it because he does not want to, and he has a specific reason why not to, and I respect that. You know, so Carter gives me his best to cut a promo or a fucking HLR or something. You know, and he'll do that, you know, because, I understand. Because I learned that, like, not many people can't do that, do the in real life promo stuff. So, cool. Because I started branching out to different places, you know, and I was like, what is this guy good at? Oh, he's good at graphics? Fuck it. I probably might need him, you know, or this guy is popular for this specific reason. Why is he popular? I don't care about his fucking name. I don't care how many and that's the reason why I never signed Heather Ray in the first place. Like, what does this person do? Like, why is she so popular? Because she's a top claw. What does that mean? Give me something.
Like, all right. Like, hold on. I want to stop people right there. I don't understand when people say name value of a call. They bring in this word name value or top. Like, what separates you to be top? I say to everybody, and that's like my genuine question to everybody.
Yeah,
like when I see X on the top,
like I
he
understand
brings
why.
variety.
Like some people may not understand, especially like I'll walk like why was Crom on the top? Because Crom was cool back then. Back in 2K19, he was that guy. People booked him as that guy. I understand why he booked that guy. But when you have a person like Heather Ray, who not only does not cut a promo, but is this just her call? Is it what? Like I saw nothing within that year, or the 2 years that I've known her. I remember I went to the IG community and she asked if you're signing women's cause. I'm like, not at the moment. I don't have a women's division, but I'll probably get back to you. I saw, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Does Heather Ray record, or did people record for her?
I don't. People pretty sure people record for her. I'm pretty sure because I would easily find out if a person records or not because I'm part of that community and whatnot. And to be honest, no. And I can tell you right now, with the 3 people who I have in my roster, like Amaya, Scar, and Andrea Andrews, those three female cause or women actually have some sort of value in their name to why I should sign them. That's the reason why I signed Amaya, because she's a professional enough to give me her promos on time. Yeah, she does not record and all that stuff, but she has enough to cut segments. She can talk and whatnot. She's comfortable being on their microphone, and she hands on promos on time. Andrea and Scar, they cut promos and they record. So again, like I said, like why should I sign a person like Heather Ray? You know
exactly.
Who does none of?
Why does Malachi look distraught?
Because he's handling some
I'm
issues.
handling something right now.
Yeah, he's handling a professional thing. Carter, you probably might need to handle that too on the main chat.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. But like I said, it's one of those where like you have to pick and choose your own battles.
Whoa.
Especially
if you see it, don't talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. But yeah.
Oh, juice. Bro, I need to read this shit. This shit is juicy.
Talk about it.
Never mind. All right. I'll keep it. All right. Anywho.
But,
are you guys excited for WWE 2K25?
No.
Not
really.
I'm gonna be honest. Like graphic wise, yeah, but if there's no good features, then I don't know. I need to see the feature. I need to see more. I need to see more than just.
Bro, I feel like it's gonna be 2K24 with just updated models, bro. I don't think nothing's gonna change.
I need to see more. I know people are like, oh, dude, the graphics. They do this every year, bro. Every year. I'm not prepared till I see gameplay and game improvement.
I better not see nobody.
I'm being honest. I don't have high expectations. I really don't have high expectations for it. That's
yeah,
just
it's
me.
like my thing is like 2K. Like if it's just a reskin and it's just updated graphics, I'm gonna stay on 2K24 for a bit. But if they do something like really like innovative, they bring back somehow, some way, they bring back Creative Story or some ludicrous like that. Maybe I might get like move over to 2K25, but like as of right now, it's like I have no motivation.
I still got matches I want to do in 24, stuff like that. Like maybe I'll move over May. Honestly, May.
Now will I pre-order it? Most likely, because I still like playing the game. I still like playing the games and stuff like that. Playing through the career modes, playing through the showcase. Like,
but companies do take a long time to transition. That's the big problem.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what I feel like was
there we go.
I'm not gonna lie. This year for call will be at another standstill just because of GTA 6. Don't get me wrong, call is call, but I feel like when that game comes out, a lot of people are not going to be on their A game. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I come in.
There's gonna be a lot of people who can rise up and prove themselves.
And that's where I come in and just dominate the whole scene.
Don't care about it. Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I can.
Okay, no.
Like I'm forced to play other games and what I'm forced myself to get the next game because I'm just a content creator for WWE2K, but like
that's his thing.
Like if I was to play another game, I probably would, you know. But yeah, I'm kind of excited, but yet Let's like every W, like I'm forced to get it in a way because I have to do content creating for this one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Get
I
that.
feel like GTA 6 is gonna be like that's gonna show it who really cares, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna show who got the real drive or not.
It is because like that's like I think it's a big year because most of the big people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it a little easier. You're gonna see a lot of rising talent.
You gonna see hella females in call.
Yeah,
gonna be using they.
See, when every time a new game comes out, when a new game comes out, is people who are retired will come back. You're gonna see the start of every new EFED or HLR promotion that's probably gonna die within 3 months.
Probably
every new call that kind of either
cliche.
every new call that goes to go to those EFEDs or goes to Skeg.
Yeah.
Oh,
and, yeah. Skeg is smart though. Skeg is smart because I remember I watched the 2K live when Xavier Woods was promoting 2K23 and whatnot, and I saw Skeg in the comments of that Xavier Woods show and whatnot, up down down. And
I think I actually have seen them on WWE and like other wrestling comment sections. They're smart at promoting.
They're smart at promoting. I give Skeg all the credit in the world. He's up there signing for people.
I did take the piss. I mean, I took the piss out of him with the impression and everything, like with the all that. But that was jokes at the end of the day because at the end of the day, that's giving him more attention, and I gotta give him the utmost respect for doing what he does, staying consistent to it every Wednesday, all that.
He grinds. He grinds. I give him credit.
And he's still living. He's still living.
Yeah.
But it's
grinding, and
it's actually his. It was actually thanks to him that I thought the idea of going exclusive on when 2024 hit. It was actually his idea that I was like, huh. Like, you do exclusive for specific reasons, which I get, but I don't get because it's EFED. But HLR exclusives is actually a little bit more important than EFED exclusives. Because if you imagine HLR exclusives is like, because HLR guys is like the palm of your hand. You can squeeze a lot of names in there, and it's a very small amount of people, right?
Yes.
For EFED exclusives, they don't really treat it seriously enough because they go everywhere, you know. But for HLR guys, it's very rare. Like, imagine Crom being in one promotion and CZB being in one promotion for 5 years and whatnot. Like, oh shit! Like, when are we gonna get that dream match? You know, or Carter being here and X being here for like 5 years, like, oh, two of the best baby faces, and they never cross paths. You know,
not
like,
one. Nope.
You know,
there's only like one match. I like. That's what I say. I want that dream match. I want to fight Karam, and people are like, oh, why? He's not. There's not much to it. Promo, this and that. Just based on the fact, not even he's big. We're both big guys, and I just want to see how it would go because I'm a character that likes to run his mouth.
Because keep in mind, that was the reason why Jackson versus X was just such a important match in my eyes, at least, because you have a guy who was stepping out of the Skeg world, right, and you have the up and rising top baby face and whatnot, and that's why I was like, oh, and Skeg never collabed before. Okay, this makes this is this,
you like set the standard in that.
Yeah,
instance,
because in my eyes, that's probably like the best collab / important match outside of me and Carter that was, in my eyes, very important that I produced because
for sure.
Like, I produced that in a way where it could have been like a WrestleMania Madison Square Garden type of show, but I kept it indie as fuck in a very small, close quarters where only the who's who is going to watch this match and they're going to talk about it because I know that, and I'm about to here we are in Skeg. You know, right. I flew down to the UK. I'm about to get my ass kicked by like the top guy of the UK. You know, because I thought of it as a territorial type of shit. You know, like, you know, that's the reason why. That's when I realized that, like, after this match, I'm pretty sure, like, me going exclusive now, I have nothing else to prove. You know, that's the reason why I love that. That's why the reason why I love going exclusive, because now matches are gonna feel bigger if I ever step out. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that what's it called Skeg grew a sack of nuts. Because bro, when Skeg first came out, bro, his roster was fucking annoying. He had some people up there, bro. Like I remember when I first joined, and it was I forgot the dude's name, but he was always on my ass. Just and I would just talk, just be talking, and he would just be on my ass every time. And also it was just like a set of people on his roster that felt like because they were in Skeg, they felt like they ran everything, bro, and it was so annoying.
That's their core roster. That's their core roster. The guys that have been there, and he's smart how he does it. He has he's open to signing literally anybody. I made like a sidecar account for like 5 minutes, and then hello, could you please follow me? And then he says, hello, would you like to sign? He has a smart strategy to sign people because he has a core roster of people where they're exclusives where he pushes, and then the new people have to prove themselves and prove why they should be even pushed, even if like as me who's like a accomplished e-feder, I like to say, and I went there, he wanted me to lose to people that were not exclusives. I mean, that are exclusives that I really think I shouldn't have been losing to. But the thing is, they've been there and they're going to be in storylines, so I should lose to them in that instinct.
Yeah.
That's how he sees it.
Yeah, but he definitely knew what he was doing when he signs people.
No, he knows, but it's smart. That's why I give him respect. He's a smart guy. So, I mean, I don't like I said, I got zero animosity towards him. I do it for fun. I do this for fun. It's like I do this for fun. It's a hobby.
If you're not having, that's why those people say, if
you ain't having fun, don't do it.
Don't
Same
do
thing
it.
like a job.
Like as much as a professional I am doing this content creating and all that stuff, like I love playing promoter. You know, I love playing promoter. I love playing and whatnot. But just because I'm playing, don't mean I'm taking it serious. Cause I do the shit to take serious because I use my time wisely for this shit. So yeah, like I don't beat around the bush. I treat this like if I was to treat a real legit wrestling promotion at times, you know, I treat it just like wrestling. Like I use wrestling terms to do this shit as a wrestling all mindset outside of producing and playing the fucking game. You know, if I say like if I'm signing you,
community,
like if I'm signing you,
I hear words and calls. At first, I hear people say HLR, hard cam, this stuff, and I'm like, all right, this is a foreign language to me. That's technically what I said.
Yeah, like you got to learn. I legit had to tell a person, like, if you're gonna be in this shit, like, at least have a wrestling mindset. Because if you have somewhat of a wrestling mindset, talking to you would be so much easier. Do you understand the difference of going over and getting over? Like, getting the W? No. Okay, I can't sign you. You know? Like, that's my shit. Like, do you know the difference of getting over and going over? Like, do you understand
getting over? Yeah, I feel like people don't understand. You're getting over. You have to prove why you should be going over in most matches. But going over, you're simply just winning matches over.
Going over can mean a lot of different things. Yeah, it counts as a W, but you're going over today. Like, what? Yeah, you're going over today. What does that mean? Okay, you're getting a W. It means you're winning. Okay, but here's another reason, right? Hey, I'm getting the W, but you're going over today. Like, what does that mean?
Huh? Wait, hold on.
Exactly. You don't understand that. Meaning, I'm getting I'm getting the W, but I'm gonna make you look good in that fucking ring right now because you deserve your time.
Oh, I get what you
feel me?
Now I get.
That's like, there's a lot of wrestling lingo. Yeah. Like,
so there's
that. Like, here's another one. Right here. I use this scenario a lot. If I'm the guest and I'm going to William's territory and he's the top guy, right? Of course, William is going over, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get myself over. What does that mean, William?
Okay, so let's say hypothetical setting. Sorry, Cameron. Let's say
William. I just gave you a scenario. What does that mean?
Let's say your match gets canceled.
No,
one of my
William.
members.
William. Shut the fuck up. I gave you a scenario. What does that mean? If I'm a guy,
what scenario did you give me?
Oh my God, this guy didn't even pay attention. So
I didn't hear you because I was talking.
I said, if I'm going to William's territory and he's the champion, and William is going over, I'm gonna make sure as X that I'm getting over. What does that mean to you, William?
It means that you also have to make it's like the same thing with the bait situation when you faced him, right? You lost to him. However, there was like you built story there. You built story there though. Like
okay, so here's what it means, William. Okay. If I'm the guest, right? I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And it's my job to make William look good because he's going over. That means it's my job as a guest, as a wrestler, because they do this a lot in the territories. Ric Flair did it millions of times because he was the top heel of the business in the NWA, and it was his job to go to every territory and and put him in a main event caliber type of match because he got to make sure that babyface goes over to put more stock in that promotion and whatnot. That was Ric Flair's job as a wrestler because he traveled territory to territory to territory because he was that damn good as a wrestler that he was able to put all these guys in main event caliber talent because it was their time to go over as a champion. And he raised the stock on each territory and whatnot because it was their time. He did it with Dusty Rhodes, he did it to Steamboat, he did it to Harley Race and whatnot. So as a guest and whatnot, I got booked in a main event caliber match because I have to put this champion over, which is William Kennedy and whatnot. So I made sure that if I put him in a main caliber type of match, that I'm gonna make sure that this guy goes over, and I'm gonna make sure as a wrestler, as a guest, that I'm gonna get over, so the promoter can book me and to make sure that I get a return match because I got so over with the crowd that William made me look so good in the ring that I put William over. William makes sure that I got myself over in the match, that he make me look in the match to make sure that we have a round two because we were so over in that match that the crowd wants to see a round two. You understand the word over now?
It's like a win-win type of deal for both of us.
Yes, because I made sure that you got over. You made sure that I got over to the point where this match was so over that people would want to see a round two, and that's how you put asses into seats. Now do you understand the lingo of wrestling?
Yes, which is... I was trying to... I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you're saying at first.
It's fine. Nick, did you understand what happened just now?
Exactly. Bro fell asleep.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Nah, I was listening.
But that's the difference between going over and getting over. Going over can be in a lot of different things, but yes, it does mean you're getting the W. But you can also go over without even getting the W. Now, getting over is a different story. Getting over is a lot of people's idea. Oh, we got so go over in our match. I'm like, did you really get over though? Just because the crowd chanted, "This is awesome," you mean you guys got over? They were chanting, "This is awesome," because you guys showed how athletically good that you are in that ring. But they weren't chanting because you guys are athletically good. Now the whole point of going over is if William is the heel, right, and he got me in a headlock and put me in this submission for God knows how long, and the crowd is rooting for "Let's go X, let's go X." That means that William did his best to get me over in that match. Why? Because William is the fucking heel, and the crowd is rooting for X's, or they're typing X in the fucking full chat and whatnot. That William got me over. Why? Because William is the heel and I'm the babyface, and the crowd is rooting for the babyface, so they're typing X's. That's how you get over. Now, if the crowd is chanting, "This is awesome," or they're typing in the chat, "Oh, this match is cooking," and whatnot, "Who produced this?" and whatnot. Clearly, I'm not getting over and William's not getting over. They just cared about the producer producing this match. They don't care about the fucking story. Now you understand where I'm coming from.
So like how like John Cena and Sami Zayn, or like the whole US Open Challenge shit.
Yes, because even though John Cena got over and won, he got the W. Guess who we're rooting for? Sami Zayn. because John Cena made Sami Zayn. Exactly, you're understanding wrestling now. John Cena made Sami Zayn look so good that Sami Zayn got over and not John Cena. Because even though John Cena got over, guess who are they rooting for? Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Exactly. Now you're understanding professional wrestling. You're welcome, guys. And that's what I was doing. Yeah. And that's what I was doing for. Every time I produced a match, I made sure that my opponent got so over that they didn't care if I produced this match or not, and whatnot. That's what I look for. Because if you look at that Carter match, now with my philosophy of teaching you the difference between going over and getting over, I made sure that Carter looked like $1 million in that match because I wanted Carter to go over, even though I was getting the W.
Okay. All right. That was a lot to unravel.
Welcome to professional wrestling, guys. Going over and getting
there you
go. And Malachi could probably understand it too. He made DH Young look so good in that fucking match.
DH Young didn't even put in half the work Malachi put in, though.
He'll tell you otherwise. He'll tell you, and a couple other people don't watch that match. Don't watch that match, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Malachi made DH Young look like a fucking $1 million. Because that's an HLR producer. I don't know if Malachi probably has the same mindset as when I'm producing, but as an HLR producer, like I said, you're putting 100% into this fucking match that you're gonna make your opponent look like $1 million and whatnot.
Because like the thing was, Matt sat there and told me that it was going to be the main event, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I obviously don't want to like half-ass it. I want to go all the way and shit like that. And plus, it's Madness. Anything happens on fucking Madness, so why not? And I'm honestly grateful to Matt that he fucking, whatchamacallit, gave me so much time to work on it. I would have loved to fucking have gotten it out on the show, but at the time, like I said, I was dealing with trying to just edit, record. My shit kept getting corrupted. I had to replace like an HDMI cord like 5 fucking times and shit like that. That and my sleep schedule along with my work schedule. But honestly, I've fucking thank God for Matt Short for letting me have that time extension. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you were telling us like in the production of DH Young how you were like passing out during the match and wasn't good and all that. Like that's never what I want to do during a match. I want to make sure I'm at like my fullest capacity to do a match. I don't want to do it like I'm feel forced, but you have a deadline, obviously. It's like homework. You got a deadline.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
But
that's the importance of HLR right there.
I'm
William.
Gonna, record this year.
What happened?
Likely. So I'm definitely gonna record this year. Cause
start now, man. Start now.
Yeah, I have a match, but it's not. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's still on my YouTube channel. Hold on, let me see.
I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody's first matches are gonna be shit. It's ass. But right now, if you're surrounded with the right people, like me, Malachi, Carter, I'm pretty sure your first match is gonna be decent than everybody's first matches where they didn't have a fucking mentor or teacher or somebody to look over their shit.
I have 2 matches actually.
You know?
Yeah, so I have a match with my friend Malik. Yeah, Malik is in there, and then I have a match with DJ Young. I didn't realize that these matches are still technically on my YouTube channel. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can watch it if I want, but it's we'll watch it after the stream.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
But yeah, I'm about to end the stream anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm about to end the stream right now. But yeah, good 2-hour talk. I'll end the stream. Good chat, guys. And
I didn't say fucking shit.
Is the stream